Junkies!
Let's talk about Moon Knight. It's been a couple weeks. Now we're 4 episodes in. We're rounding the corner and getting ready to hit basically the final 2 hours of the show. What do we think of the show so far? Talk about it, episode 4 itself, episodes 3 and 4, but also what do we think of the show so far in general? Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay. All right, Fallen.
I want to say that so far I'm really intrigued with the show to where I'm thinking it's really touching on those quirky and really psychological beats. In a lot of ways, I'll even dare say it's probably hitting those a little bit better than WandaVision did.
Yeah.
And I really like the fact that how self-contained it's been, because it's still take place in MCU proper. I mean, that's gonna be a thing, but they are really focusing just on Moon Knight lore and building off of that. And I think that's one of the things that's kind of a breath of fresh air for the series so far. I think as far as the episodes so far, episode 3 I did like. I think it kind of teetered off a little bit, like in the middle of it, but I see what they were trying to do. Like it was one of those things like you kind of had to like go back and kind of like, do I really care for this one or whatever? But the beginning and the end of that episode definitely like got my attention. It was kind of like really diving into the mythos of it and stuff like that. And even episode 4, which I think is the longest one so far, does a really good job at that too. And we're really starting to get into the chaotic nature that is the character. And I think that's what the 4th episode set up really well. So I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how the last 2 episodes play out.
GQ, what's your take on Moon Knight so far?
So far, I'm enjoying it. Very similar to Fallen. Episode 3, I think, was a slightly better highlight than episode 4 for me. I don't know. I mean, the character going to Egypt was cool. The almost Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade endless chasm.
Yes.
In episode 4 was interesting, but I don't know. I mean, I like where they're going with it. I just think it's funny that Oscar Isaac was in Sucker Punch as a person in a weird, insane asylum going with crazy stuff. Now they're showing him as the patient.
My oh my! Hey, JBTV, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Appreciate the follow. Thank you.
It's a very interesting thing, like The Office, like what Michael would say. My, how the turns have tabled, or some shit like that. Basically,
how the turntables.
Yeah, how the turntables. Yeah, basically he flipped the whole thing. That basically how now the whole Oscar Isaac is the shoes on the other foot now.
Yeah, I know, but it's how the tables have turned.
Yeah, I know. He said it that way on purpose.
Yeah, it's really weird.
Yeah,
and it doesn't sound good.
It doesn't sound good coming from me, but Steve Carell could deliver it pretty much better.
It doesn't sound good even from Steve Carell. The term has been around for thousands of years, and that just sounds silly. But anyway, no, I thought the episode was good. It was just. I think, again, obviously we're going to get some resolution to what's going on in episode 5. So, I mean, you just kind of have to remember that. Because, the way this one ended was kind of odd. But, again, that's the nature of the show. But, yeah.
So, for me... Actually, no, wait. Dido, please share your thoughts.
Well, excuse me. I'm enjoying the series, most definitely. Today's episode I felt was way too dark. I don't know if it's my TV, the settings, or something.
I felt that way too.
I felt like I couldn't see anything that the heck was going on.
You talking about basically the first 10, 15 minutes?
Yeah. When they were inside the and everything, I was like, what is going on? I can't see anything. But no, I'm enjoying the story. It feels like a slow burn though, because to almost be hour-long episodes with not so much going on, it's happening. It's not. It's character building. So.
Yo, Heisenberg on Russ, thank you for the follow. Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Honestly, I put out a thing from Twitter. Hopefully people are coming over from Twitter and
channel raid. Okay.
Thanks.
Yo,
Appreciate
thank
the
you,
raid.
thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, it's one of those things though that for me, because I don't know anything about the character Moon Knight.
Yeah.
I understand that they got to have a lot of background,
right?
Development, not background, just character development, which I appreciate. But it does feel like a lot of it is being burned. And Steven, I guess, is important, but he's annoying.
I think he's supposed to be. What's up with Double in the chat as well?
But you don't know anything that's going on. Like you're out the fish out of water personality. And where's the third personality? Was he in that sarcophagus?
You talking about Khonshu?
No. According to the comics, there's 3.
Oh yeah.
Jake, Mark, and Steve.
Personality that we haven't been introduced to yet.
Yeah, there's a third one. The one that was locked up in the sarcophagus.
We think that's him.
Yeah. No, go ahead. No, you go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say that as far as I don't know. Like, to me, it didn't really seem dark aside from obviously being in a deep, dark cavern. So it's.
So I mean, I don't know, dude. Because I just felt like I couldn't see anything.
But I mean, other than that, I do like that. One thing they haven't strayed away from is the nuance that all the characters have, because. I mean, even though who supposedly the antagonist is, like, they're still keeping that thing was like, okay, what is this dude really trying to do? But is it like, is he on some dirty shit, or is he really trying to do, or does he see himself as benevolent, and so on and so forth? But I mean, obviously we know how it's going to turn out, but I do like how they're kind of keeping that together to where you don't know who is doing what. And even to piggyback off what Dido was saying, it's like with Steven, I mean, Steven is basically playing the part as the audience in character. So it's like with everything going on, Steven is basically us. Now, obviously he's a little too pretentious when it comes to some things, but you'd expect that you kind of expect it with people who are neurotic like that. So that's just kind of where I'm coming from with it. So,
right.
I expect Steven to be that way at this point.
So,
real quick though, Steven is a little bit of a sexual assaulter. He forced that kiss. That was the most uncomfortable kiss.
It did look uncomfortable, but didn't she try to go in to kiss him first?
She tried to kiss.
She did, and then he was like, "Hey."
She was reminded of Mark,
right?
And then Steven took that opportunity, like, "Whoa, shit, I'm gonna get my little kiss on." And she looked so uncomfortable. It was interesting.
She sure did.
But what's up to Zombicidal Nerd?
Yep.
As well as Double Girl checking in on the chat.
Thank you all for our new members of the Culture Junkies Nation. Thank you very much for being here. Obviously, if you can tell, we're currently talking about Moon Knight episodes 3 and 4. We're checking it out every other week. We'll be revisiting again in a couple of weeks on our next show. But to round out the topic, for me, don't crucify me for this, but I haven't been feeling this show like I've been feeling the others, man. I'm being honest. I like it. I like it, but I don't like it as much as I like the others.
Like I said, I can understand.
Yeah,
that's fine. That's understandable.
Yeah, no, I mean, I love the MCU. I love what they do with their characters, and I know they're really trying to do something different here. They really are. Mm-hmm. But I don't know if it's just because this show is. Keen with the resub. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I don't know if it's because. I don't know. There's something about this show that's just so different than the others. Maybe it's because it's much more of a slower burn. It's really deeply psychological. I do have my issues with Steven sometimes. I also have my issues with Mark. I don't know, just something about these characters aren't really hitting me like other shows have. Not saying that it has to be someone familiar, because I think this is the first Marvel show that they've done that is literally introducing a brand new character that you've never seen anywhere else before, right? So I don't know if that might have something to do with it, and it's just that unfamiliarity, that's going on with this show. Don't get me wrong, like I said, I like the show, but I'm not feeling it as much as I've been feeling other shows. I'm hoping that these last two shows really hit it out of the park, but right now I I'm not 100% sure.
On that note, real quick, here's what I'm enjoying about the show. From a technical standpoint, I'm loving how they are using mirrors and reflections to show that different personalities have their conversations with each other. I love Oscar Isaac's performance in that regard, because it is not easy to literally make the audience believe you are two completely separate people, and he does that really, really well. From a standpoint of just like you said, it being a slow burn, I don't really mind that, because here's where this show strength is. They got 6 hours, basically, give or take, a couple minutes here or there, to tell the origin story and the full story of a character that would have basically had a movie that would have been 2 hours long, and it would have sucked because it wouldn't have made much sense to a general audience. You would have just been sitting there for Morbius. Classic example. Morbius is a character a lot of people did not know about, didn't really care about, blah, blah, blah. Same thing with Moon Knight. Yes, a lot of people, he's got fans, but a Moon Knight movie would not have been able to give us this level of detail, this level of just story and backstory and all that other sort of thing, and we would have left the theater pissed. So,
maybe.
Well, no. Again, I'm not saying guaranteed, but for a fact, Moon Knight ain't Iron Man. He's not going to get Moon Knight 1, 2, and 3, blah, blah, blah. So I think in order to get this character at least introduced to people, this is kind of the best avenue for it, because a movie just, I don't think it would do him justice in that sense.
They could have definitely done a movie if you think about it, but it would have been one of those generic movies. It would have been the archaeological dig. It would have been Mark or whoever getting shot and being brought to the temple. Brought back up as Moon Knight, and then getting revenge on whoever shot him. That would be like the plot of the freaking movie.
Right.
So it could be done in a various way, but we're getting more story. Now, a lot of the backstory is really kind of being trickled in, where it would have been in your face. I think if they made a movie, it would have been first act backstory.
I think it would have been overwhelming, though, in a 2 hour movie.
Cut a lot of stuff out.
Yeah.
So they're doing stuff. Slow burns, like I said, don't bother me, because
me either.
they're able to tell a story.
Yeah.
And with saying that, I just feel like I feel in between both of you. I like everything that they're doing, and I kind of wish it was a little bit more. Like, it's not. It didn't grab me by the nuts, if you know what I mean. It just.
Premium's saying he thinks that it sounds like his mic is off. Like, maybe we need to just GQ to just go over here and check the board real fast and make sure that it's on. Just make sure that it's totally there. It's on. We're all good.
Do you see the levels?
Yeah.
When I speak.
Okay. Maybe he's not eating the microphone enough.
It's right in front of my face.
Yeah, right. So in any case, that
sounds better. I don't know what's going on.
I definitely want to. I want to know what everybody out there in the chat is thinking about it, and obviously we can talk about it during The Power Is Yours. For our newest viewers out there, welcome to the Culture Junkie Nation. We put on a show every single week right here on Twitch, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central. We talk about various geek topics, and we pretty much do it all, whether it be movies, comics, games, anime, video, wrestling, even. You name it, we talk about it, and we are so very, very, very happy to have you here. If you like the show, hopefully that you'll spread the word to your friends and bring them along and make the Culture Junkie Nation grow.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed that clip. Make sure you check out our live content on Twitch. It's twitch.tv/culturejunkies. We also have a lot of content available on YouTube, unboxings as well as Blu-ray reviews. And you can support us on Patreon, patreon.com/culturejunkies. And on top of all of that, if you go to culturejunkies.net, you can check out our merch store. The link is culturejunkies.net/merch. There's a lot of great merchandise there. So there's links and logos and stuff all around me. So check those out, and we will see you next time.
Culture Junkies!